Now back to more with GTO. Good old boys.
Guys, we're back again, and we covered some very, very good subjects here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the myths that we've incurred over the years that we've been fishing. I'm 64, and I have been I've been told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and it might be right and it might be wrong. But Mr. Johnny Johnson's fishing covered. Johnny, what about ice in the water?
Well, ice actually does work when it's done properly. The problem with ice is more often times than not, it's not done properly. You can only change the temperature of your water by a few degrees for it to be done effectively. Because when you change that water temperature too much, you shock the fish. You pull fish out of water that's 85 degrees. You throw it into a live well that you've chilled down to 70 degrees, and then you reintroduce that fish back into the 85, 87 degree water later in the day. Man, you're putting that fish through a lot of stress. You're shocking that fish, and that's too drastic of a change. It needs to be around a 5 to 6 degree, maximum 7 degree change in water temperature. Otherwise, you're shocking that fish too much. But what ice actually does is you're slowing the metabolism of the fish and reducing its consumption of oxygen. You're not putting any oxygen in the water. You're just reducing its consumption of oxygen. And that's all really ice does for you.
Okay. Well, it's better than nothing.
It is better than
and
nothing.
So that's one good thing, guys, we've been doing right is the ice.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can continue it. Just make sure you do it properly. Is
Yes,
that right?
That's right.
Not too cold.
You can, if that is the only option you have, you can use it. But now, when you introduce oxygen into the tank, you no longer have to worry with ice.
Okay, so oxygen replaces everything.
Everything.
What about the chemicals we put in?
Let me put it to you this way: if you were suffocating and you needed oxygen, would you rather me give you oxygen or put you in a freezer?
I'll take oxygen any day.
Exactly.
But Paul and JJ, keep in mind the ice. Ice generally comes from it's bought, it's produced. Normally, it's got chlorine in the water, so we're introducing chlorine, store-bought chlorine, into our live well systems. So that's what we're trying to get away from as much as possible. So keep that in mind. That's a good point. As being, just keep that in mind. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Now, the things that we put in to take the chlorine out of the water,
Yes, sir.
or to what we think is to help the fish. Basically, does it medicate the fish?
Your electrolytes and stuff.
Yes. No, I'm talking about the store-bought stuff that you squirt in.
I'm not completely sure on that. I would be speaking uneducated if I did.
Okay.
So
All right.
I don't.
Is it a good thing to use that?
If it can neutralize the chlorine, I would say so.
Okay, but there again, you don't even have to add that if you've got FishLung.
If you've got oxygen, you don't have to worry with ice at all. You eliminate that. You put ice in your cooler and keep your drinks cold because that's what it's actually intended to do.
There you go. You keep your body cool down
That's
because
right.
you don't want to overheat, right?
That's right.
That sounds good. Okay, let's talk about the guy that's got the 32-pound bag of fish versus the guy that's got, like my fish, 12-pound.
Okay.
Both of them's 5 fish limits. So go.
Two things to keep in mind. The more fish you put in that live well, the more water you displace. So you actually have less water in your live well. So you have to hold more oxygen in the water that's in there to be able to keep that 32 pounds alive, number one. Number two, 32 pounds of fish is going to consume a lot more oxygen than 12 pounds of fish. So that's why it's essential. The better that bag, the more important it is to keep that oxygen level high. And the third thing about that, I added this one. We go out there and we hunt for that large bag.
Yes.
Every tournament. And then we bring them in. And if we can't keep them alive, we're bringing the best genetics in that lake to the boat ramp. And the odds are we're killing at least half of those fish. And then we wonder why our fisheries suffer every 6 or 7 years. It's because we're killing them. We're doing it ourselves.
That's right. I see exactly what you're saying. So what we done, we just about through with our interview. I really appreciate you
Yes, sir.
coming. Dr. Baker, I appreciate you coming.
Yes, sir. Thank
Johnny,
you.
thank you so much for
Absolutely.
explaining everything that the way you have. Guys, we have give you the ins and outs of fish care now. You will be able to see it in the store here at Waterfront or Gunnersville Tackle. We will be carrying this product. And if you would like to come see it, please come and look at it. If you would like to sit one-on-one with Mr. Johnson or Dr. Ray Baker, they'll be glad to sit down with you. And there's not many people that will that's got a product that will do that for you. But they will take the time, give it to you as much time as you need, because, you know, like me, I need a lot of time because I just don't retain things like them two do. So in saying that, I would like to say that thank you for tuning in tonight. Please be ready for next Tuesday night, 6:30. We'll have another one coming. We'll let you know. Keep watching on the internet, Facebook, Instagram. We will announce what's coming up. So get ready to watch another one. Thank you so much for tuning, and we love you guys.
Just like to leave you with a thought. Catch, protect, and release. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Baker. Thank you, Johnny Johnson.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. We've had a great time, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Give us a shout, come by and see us, and just stop in and say hello. With family and friends, that can make fishing a lot of fun. And just remember, through Jesus Christ, anything's possible. Y'all have a great week, and tune in every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. for the GTO Good Old Boys.